Hello, everyone, and welcome. New Moon in Gemini, why this is important and what you need to know. We just came out of eclipse season, so we're just on the tail end of it, but take note of what was initiated during the full moon in Scorpio, as that is going to start to play out for the next 6 months or so. Now, all of these changes that we may be anticipating may take time to actually happen. Now, I noticed a lot of people went through big shakeups during eclipse season, especially around the full moon. We had the full moon in Scorpio, which was at the tail end, the later portion of the eclipse season, which offered a very, very potent time to go within for transformation, death and rebirth. That's very much what it was all about. So even if you didn't practice with the full moon, I'm sure you still felt some of the energies. But for those who practice with the full moon, I'm sure you really got a lot out of it with regards to releasing. So the release work probably would have lasted about a week because of the intensity of the full moon. A lot of the energies that are brought up from the full moon come from our subconscious, come from within our body, get shaken up. It's a bit of a detox, actually not even a bit of a detox, it's a major detox. And it shakes up a lot within our system, and our mind has a very hard time understanding some of the energies that might be foreign to us or that might be embedded within our psyche. So it is a matter of the shakeup that we go through and then our mind trying to process what that's all about. So it very well could have shown up in the way of uncertainty, sadness, memories from the past, also sleep. Maybe a lot of you had spikes of energy and then became very tired after. That was all completely normal. That is very normal around all of these symptoms, if you will, or all of these signs or things that we've gone through with regards to our body, with regards to our mind, our emotions are all very normal around that time, around the eclipse seasons, especially this one. The last one was very, very potent, very significant with regards to our complete transformation. I don't want to say complete, but it does play a very significant role with regards to where we are going on our bigger collective or throughout your own transformation journey. The reason why I focus on the lunar cycles, and I mentioned this before, but in case you're a new subscriber, I want to also cover why it's important to work with the moon energy and why I focus on it. The moon is very potent for working with our emotions, working with our connecting with our intuition, and also creating and manifesting the life we desire. It's very creative energy, but it also stirs up a lot within us. So even if you're not familiar with the lunar cycles and the traits that each phase holds for our manifestation and transformation, you very well, if anything, could be very familiar with the full moon, because around the full moon, a lot of things happen just within ourselves and within relationships and our outer world. So a lot of shakeups do naturally happen because the full moons do bring up energies to the surface. The new moons are all about a clean slate. It's when the sun is not touching the earth and when we have silence and when everything is still. And this is a perfect time for planting the seeds. And a lot of our ancient ancestors did these things during the full and new moon, had different properties for harvesting. So during the new moon would be a perfect time to plant seeds because of the stillness, because the earth, everything is very still and it's very calm, and it's a perfect time to start something new. So this is part of manifestation. So now that we're moving out of eclipse season, we have now our regular cycles that we get to work with. And by that, meaning during eclipse season, it's not really a time to manifest, to use the traditional practices for manifestation. It's more to reflect, to observe, to work within for transformation, but also to keep in mind what we want as our outcome. That is always part of our goal, and part of our journey is to know where we're going eventually. So when we arrive to a new moon, it is very much of planting seeds. It's a clean slate. It's a new chapter. It's a fresh outlook. It's all the above. And with this new moon in Gemini arriving May 30th, this is a time for aligning with our higher knowledge and to communicate our words into the universe. Now, there are many layers to this. I'm not an astrologer. I just have to say that right now because I only focus on the moon aspects for transformation. And I tend to piece a lot of these correlations together with regards to our bigger journey, to our immediate journey, what's happening in the present, and to get us to where we want to go eventually as our outcome. This new moon in Gemini holds a very significant, well, they all do, they all hold a significant value to our transformation, to our journey, and know that all the zodiacs in a calendar represent life, represent ascension. They all hold a value to our experience and how we interact in the world and how we can actually use some of these traits for our own growth and development. So when we arrive in Gemini, this is after Taurus. So we start the zodiac calendar basically in Aries. Then we go into Taurus. So Aries is the spark. Aries is the initiation, is the birth of something new. And we go into Taurus, which is grounded earth. Now the earth is all about formation. So Taurus takes that spark that was formed in Aries and then it brings it into form. It forms, it's very nurturing. It's all about life. It's all about bringing life into reality. Now Gemini is the first air sign in the zodiac calendar, and it is a mutable energy, meaning it's very adaptable. It's all about change and is ushering out of spring in the northern hemisphere and slowly into summer. It's right in the middle. So it has a lot of this mutable and changeable energy that's very adaptable. Now, because it's the first air sign, it is when we get to connect. We've gone through form, through the nurturing of form, of creation, then is bringing our ideas into reality and starting to discover our words, to discover our thoughts, our knowledge, and distill it and distribute it in a way that is going to create an impact in our environment, in our world, and connect with our higher knowledge and wisdom and our true calling, essentially. So it is a very important energy for understanding what it is that the gifts that you have to offer this world, and to be confident in sharing it. Also, don't forget that we are in Mercury retrograde, which is going to have a bit of an impact with this energy. The energy already has shifted. We are in Gemini season officially. So you may have noticed the energy is a bit lighter. It's moving a bit faster. There's lightness, there's airiness to this energy. So you very well could notice some of the energy changing right now. But because we're still under the influence of Mercury in retrograde in Gemini, thoughts can be very active and very scattered. So just be aware of that. And that's a very important process for distilling information and to becoming very clear and focused on our thoughts, and to bring our thoughts into practicality, to laser focus those into our success, towards our success, into our way of expression, and connecting our knowledge with our words to distribute that with the world. Now, the new moon is very significant because when we worked with the new moon in Taurus, the last new moon we had, it was all about connecting with what we want for our long term, that we can commit to from a sustainable and practical standpoint, that we can build into a greater success story, mostly around career, the practical, and also could be relationships as well. Then we went to the full moon in Scorpio. That basically said, all right, you set your intentions in the new moon, you know what you want. You want something great, you want great success. Well, you have to release a bunch of stuff from the past, limitations, fears, hesitations, limiting beliefs, toxic attachments, old energy. You need to release that in order to get to where you want to go, and in order to be the person that you need to be to create it and sustain it. So when we visualize ourselves in our future, that's part of this exercise with these new moons that I guide the workshops through, is visualizing who you are in the future and what you have and the relationships that you're in. But at the basis of it all, it is us. It is us at the center of our creation, at the center of our universe, our little universe. And when we're at the center of it, we need to be that person that creates it all and sustains it all. If we want a loving relationship, if we want a certain success story, we also have to be that person that's going to be in the right place for that, that's going to be able to hold it, sustain it, and be part of that frequency. So we need to change to align to that. So when we arrived in the full moon in Scorpio, that was all about, all right, you want your dreams, you want your success, you want to be this person you're feeling aligned with, then we have to release the old. And that was a major, major purge that we went through, a major release. So a lot of people experienced breakups, ending jobs, ending careers, and a lot of people also experienced new careers, new relationships, moving. There was a lot of change that was happening, but it's still going to play out for the next 6 months. So if you worked with mindset, if you worked with your emotions, if you were changing, if you were transforming from the old, that is going to continue playing out for the next 6 months. And set your platform and set your foundation for the future beyond that. So it was a very pivotal time that we were in. It was very important, a very important date to work with. Now, again, we're in the new moon in Gemini. So you've gone through the release, or there's been this release through that scorpionic energy of going deeper within for transformation. And now it's time to fly out. Now it's time to fly out and share with the world our ideas, our wisdom, our knowledge, our voice. But the thing is there might still be stuff to release. There might still be hesitation and, oh, I have all these things to share now. I feel different. I want to express myself. But is there a but? Is there a but? Is there hesitation? Now, these are the layers that we need to work through because our life is multidimensional. We have many layers to our experiences and to ourselves. Then we come into some of these dates, like this new moon in Gemini. It's an invitation to create your future based on you showing up in the world and expressing yourself. This could be anything from sharing your ideas and your vision with the world for your business. Now, it does have a lot, I feel, around success with this one, with how we express ourselves with our work, within our peer groups, within the social media realms, within everything. So if there are any limitations that we have, we need to be aware of them. But first we cast our intentions of who I want to be and what I want to share with the world and in what kind of capacity. Where do I envision myself being in the future when I am free and liberated to express everything I want, being the leader of my universe, of my industry, of my world, of my career, whatever it is, speaking my truth, inspiring others, educating others, leading others, whatever it is. This is the time to create that. Then we go into the full moon again, which is all about, okay, this is what you set. Then we get to release those limitations. The new full moon in Sagittarius, this is all about stepping into a more expansive expression of yourself, expanding, rising higher. We go higher, higher, higher after that full moon in Scorpio. We're flying out of that. So this is very much of a time to grab hold of this energy and to commit to what you can do right now to set your intentions, to get clear with, okay, who do I need to be in the future? What does it look like? And how does it feel to be in my future success story? And also too, don't forget about how you can express yourself with relationships, with yourself. So when we are expressing it's not just with career, but it's also in how we stand up for ourselves, how we share information and share things that are important for us in relationships. A lot of the times we might tend to take a back seat. We might not want to offend. We have a hard time speaking our truth. And even in success and in our business, it's the same thing. And that's why the full moon after this new moon is going to be very important. So again, this new moon is identifying what you want, even with relationships, like communicative relationships, something that's open, something that's expression is based on expression. We can express freely and in a trusting environment, perhaps, whatever it is for you. And then, of course, on the career side, for example. But it all has to do with the voice. And so I am going to upload a throat chakra meditation after I upload this video. So keep an eye open for it. I will link it below when I'm ready for it. But I am going to go into the throat chakra because it is very much related to this energy that we're working with. How we transfer our knowledge without getting stuck here. So we can just trust ourselves and trust our knowledge and trust our information that we are pulling in from our higher self, from the wisdom and knowledge that we have gained throughout our life, and trusting ourselves to share it with the world, but also speak it without hesitation. Stand in our voice with confidence and without ego and just in our pure, authentic self. It's a very important new moon. So I am hosting my beautiful, beautiful moon manifestation workshop. We are back with manifestation practices. So I am launching this new moon workshop where I guide everyone through this lunar cycle for manifestation to create great change in their lives. So hopefully you can join. The link I will leave below. So it is more self-guided where I upload videos and you have a journal to work through. And so I send videos out every week to walk you through the traits of each cycle and the important steps for manifestation, as each different phase holds an aspect for manifesting, for practice, for transformation as well. So hopefully you can join. Again, I will leave the link below for you. And I wish you all the best during this new moon. Make the best of it. Start to think of what you want as your outcome, who you want to be, how you want to feel, and how you want to express yourself. So I hope this video found you when you need it the most, and I will be seeing you soon. Take care.